Hey everybody, how's it going? I have a feeling my pool is gonna come on any second, so I'm gonna wait to start class until it comes on and I have a chance to turn it off. It looks like, actually it might not come on for a few minutes, so I may just, if it's okay, like when it does come on, I'm gonna have to focus on it for just a second, unless it's, you know, quieter. But it's usually pretty loud, so I'll just keep the remote close by so that if it does come on, I can turn it off. But yes, I'm super excited about today's practice. I am ready. I need this stretch so badly, and just this time to sit and enjoy focusing on like our truths. So we will get started. We're gonna work on a posture that's kind of challenging to me today, so feel free to give yourself lots of grace in this posture. And if you have music that you'd like to turn on, go ahead and do that. I'm gonna keep my practice quiet today. I like to change it up, and sometimes just quietness is needed, so I'm excited to just practice in silence today. But if you guys would like to turn any music on for yourself, feel free to do so. And grab some blocks or pillows if you'd like to, because we're gonna work on lotus pose today, which is super challenging for me. It's lots of hips, but it's good for us to challenge ourselves. So I want to start today's practice reading something very interesting that kind of goes along with how I'm feeling personally, and a great lesson in yoga in general. So let me read this article to you guys. It's from the Daily Bonda, and the title of it is Balancing Freedom and Restraint in Yoga. Freedom and Restraint. The work of legendary furniture designer Charles and Ray Eames has been described as a balance of freedom and restraint. Mr. Eames was once asked, "Have you ever been forced to accept compromises?" He responded, "I don't remember ever being forced to accept compromises, but I have willingly accepted constraints." Practicing yoga also involves working within constraints, those of the general form of the human body and also in our personal limitations. Yoga balances freedom and restraint. Knowledge of the body shows us where to expand and where to restrict the movement. It also allows us to design a practice to fit our individual needs. That is why working with a modified version of a particular pose is not a compromise. It's accepting constraints. I don't abandon the beneficial asana simply because it's difficult. Rather, I use awareness of my limitations as a guide for determining how to work in the pose. And yes, this is a lot geared towards a yoga pose, but I want you to think of this in your everyday life too. So some compromises maybe that you have been asked to make, or maybe that you know you have to make, and kind of apply that same work that you do in your poses towards everyday life as well. So it works both ways, on and off the mat, which I absolutely love. So today's practice I titled Reflection, Re-Evaluation, and Releasing. All the re-words. But before we get started, my animals are dying to get out here, so let me adjust them really quickly before we get started. Okay guys, so sorry about that. Here we go. So we're gonna work in lotus pose, which is super challenging for me, but I want to start us there because sometimes we need to do things that challenge us, right? So lotus pose is when both of your feet are up in your hip area. So I am not able to get there, and I haven't been able to, but I haven't really practiced a ton towards getting there, so I want to take this opportunity to do that today. So half lotus is going to be your legs stacked on top of each other, or you can even come into fire log pose first, which is both legs just stacked one on top of the other. So this bottom leg is doing pretty well, but this top leg is like, it's way up there. So give yourself something, a pillow, a block, anything that you need, and you can place something underneath it to give yourself some support. Now try to sit up tall, and remember, if you feel strange in this posture and you feel like you need some extra support, one thing that I like to start off doing is put my arms back behind me and get a really tall spine. This extra support allows me to really push my knees and hips a little more open. So see what you're capable of doing, honor your body, and then once you get kind of settled in this first preparatory pose, I want you to close your eyes down and just breathe. Just tell yourself that it's okay, that it's not perfect. Allow yourself to enjoy the journey. When things seem to get where they're like too hard and it becomes more work than enjoyment, we have to back off. We have to back off of that and find what brings us joy again. So do that in your postures and in your just general life too. So that's why I really titled this the way I did: reflection, reevaluation, and releasing. So releasing that judgment and enjoying the process. So from here, what you could do to deepen in this posture is try to bring, now that your legs were stacked on top of each other, try to bring your top foot up onto your thigh if you can. And I know that's going to be a little more difficult, and you can place the block wherever you need to that helps you keep it there, and it may look like a little ball crunched up, but just, like I said, honor where your body is telling you you can go, and think about more what you can accomplish versus what you can't. So try this for a few breaths, maybe take a mudra if you like. It may be wobbly, like one arm higher than the other, that's okay. Just stay safe in your practice. Only do what your body allows you to. Breathe and be grateful for everything you are able to do. Beautiful. And from here, we're going to go ahead and release that out, and we are going to wrap our feet back around and behind us, coming into all fours. So we're going to really pay attention to intuition today. That's really what I want our focus and intention to be, is intuition. That's what our body is telling us. There's a reason for it. You need to be your own self-investigator and stay true to you. So here we're going to start to flow in our cat and cow, just breathing in and out. So take your cow pose, inhale, and then exhale into cat. Round your back, get into the shoulders, and then inhale back into cow pose. Head and tailbone up towards the sky, belly drops out. And then exhale, cat pose. Just flowing with breath, in and out, nice and slow. As we breathe deeply, we heat the body internally, which keeps us safe during our practice. So try to slow this down just a little bit. Big breath in, exhale it out. one more time, big breath in, and exhale everything out. Good job. From here, we'll find neutral spine. And then I want us to just come up, stands on the knees. We're gonna come into gate pose, so take a leg out to the side. Just this itself feels really good to the inner thigh, but I do want you to start to walk your hand lightly over, barely touching the shin, okay? Not collapsing down heavy in the weight. Still using your core to lift up, and then take your arm over, stretch your side body. So remember, we're lifting up through the ribs, all while reaching over as far as we can. So it's a outward and upward type of motion here. Make sure you're breathing still. See if you can get a little more. This is where that intuition really comes in play, listening to where you can expand and where your limitations are. Be truthful to that. Good job. That's going to be what keeps you coming back for more and more of your yoga practice, is staying true to yourself and what your body is really able to do so that you can enjoy the practice. All right, start to hinge over slightly, holding just onto the shin for basically just a balance. We're still using the core, lifting up out through the core, reaching over with the arm. Feels good in every area of my body, honestly. The inner thigh, my side, my shoulders, my back, even in the calf muscles. Good job. Let's take it back center. And from here, we're gonna rest in child's pose active, okay? So toes are active in the back, knees are together, elbows off the mat, and touch your forehead to the mat. So as we breathe here in our active child's pose, just get back in tune with what brought you onto your mat today. And promise to keep your breath strong throughout today's practice. We're going to move into dolphin pose. So go ahead, take the elbows back just slightly to where your the bottoms of your arms are planted into the mat, and we're going to lift our legs into downward facing dog, but keep your arms connected to the mat. Press your heels down. Hold and breathe. Try to keep your shoulders away from your ears. And slowly drop the knees back down to the mat. Excellent. Go ahead, lift your hands, your palms up, and we're going to rest in downward facing dog now. You guys stay there. I'm going to turn the pool off so that we don't have to, it's kind of loud and bubbly. Stay in your downward facing dog. Breathing deeply, at least 3 cycles of breath. Beautiful job. Go ahead and take your gaze in between your hands, look forward, and then step or hop to the front of the mat and just hang out in your forward fold. So we're just enjoying the release in our low back, behind our legs. There we go. Let's slowly inch our way up, nice and slow, all the way to a standing position. And then when we get there, take those shoulders up, back, and down. Excellent work. Go ahead, take your hands up to your heart. A moment of gratitude. Find something on your body and just appreciate it. Spend this time with a full heart. Go ahead, extend your arms up to the sky, little back bend here. Take the arms back, push the hips forward. Good. Hold there for just another breath. Excellent work. Come back, center. Let's grab one wrist and take it over to the side. Back, center, and the other direction. Excellent work. Go ahead, just let those arms fly down. And we're gonna move through Sun Salutation A just a couple of times to create some heat, and then we'll have a fun flow where we hold each posture about 3 to 5 breaths. Lots of fun in today's practice. So what I want you focused on is your intuition. So just really take a moment in each posture to reflect and notice how your body is reacting and where little recalibrations need to be made. Shoulders up, back, and down. Let's take it nice and slow this first round. Inhale, far-reaching mountain. So arms scoop up, big breath in, and then exhale it out, forward fold all the way down to the bottom of the mat. Half lift, inhale. Straight back, crown of the head is away from the tailbone. Then you're gonna exhale down into plank pose. Take a breath in here, and then exhale into Chaturanga. Inhale into your upward facing dog. Thighs are off the ground if possible. And then flip the toes one by one, downward facing dog. 3 cycles of breath here. Breathe in. Exhale, let everything go. Empty the lungs. Then repeat that cycle. Inhale. Scoop in all the positive thoughts, all the positive energy, and then exhale everything out. Let go. Last cycle, breath in, look between the hands, step or hop to the front, half lift, and then exhale, forward fold. Relax here. And this nurturing posture, great for stress and anxiety. This helps us to just find the calm, nurture our spirit, our soul, our emotions. Beautiful. Go ahead, bend the knees slightly, reach out and up. Reverse swan dive, come through your heart and find rest in Tadasana. Mountain pose, toes touching, little space between the heels. If this posture is uncomfortable to you, you can widen your base. It's gonna create a little bit more stability. So in your mountain pose, the toes can be touching, or you can be as far as shoulder and hip width apart. You get to pick. That's where, like I said, your self-awareness comes into play, listening to your body's needs. Shoulders up, back, and down. And let's flow again. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Big breath in. And then exhale it out all the way to the bottom of your mat. Take your half lift. Inhale. And come all the way down with an exhale into your Chaturanga. Halfway down. Inhale it, upward facing dog, and then exhale it, downward facing dog. 3 cycles of breath here. Let it all out. Option to open your mouth if you'd like and breathe out. Look between the hands, step or hop to the front. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. In your forward fold, grab opposite elbows and just sway back and forth. Awesome stretch here, feels really good. Go ahead, let your fingers touch your toes, trace the fronts of your legs into that standing posture again. And we'll begin our fun flow for today. We're gonna start in Crescent Warrior. If you want to, you can take a drink before we begin. We're gonna take our time. Like I said, we're really gonna reflect in every posture Our mantra for today is it is reflection, reevaluation, and releasing. So in every posture, I want you to check in, see where changes need to be made, and release anything, any negative thoughts, any negative anything, let it go in that posture. Crescent warrior, so both toes are facing the front. We're gonna create some space between the legs. So you're up on your back toe, but both of them are facing the front. Extend the arms up. We're gonna create heat here, first by touching our knee down and up. So all we're gonna do is float the arms back when we come down. So when you come down, touch your knee down, scoop your arms and chest forward, and then go ahead, scoop the arms up and stand tall. So go ahead, inhale, scoop it back, exhale it up tall. Inhale, scoop it back, exhale up tall. Really activate your triceps when you reach back. Exhale it up. Couple more here. Really utilizing that balance. Last one, scoop it back. This time stay down, arms scoop up. Good. And from here, we're going to release the toe in the back. We're gonna come to heart center, and I want us to hug back first. So go ahead, lay forward on that straight leg, giving this leg a little bit of opportunity to work in both directions so we get a little bit more mobility for the next move. Good job. Come back forward, and this time I want us to come up to our thigh and kind of twist. Maybe take this front arm here, wrap it around, and try to grab your hip. So this is gonna also work that top shoulder, a little stretch for it. So in this twisted low lunge, I want you to see if you can take the leg that's on the back and float it up, and then let it down, and float it up, and let it down. This time, if you can make connection, grab the foot, hold on to it, stay in your twist, and you can open if you'd like, or even back bend while pulling your leg in. Beautiful job, awesome quad stretch, feels amazing. If you need to stop at any level, feel free to stop. You don't have to come into each posture. Listen to your body, stop where you need to, breathe, and let go. Good job. Hand comes back center. Go ahead, grab the thigh, slowly let go of that foot, and twist back forward. We're gonna come hands on the inside of the foot. Good. Release those hips, let them come forward. We're gonna take it back here in a second because I know it's holding some tension there from that twist. Good. If it feels good and you want to open the hip up, you can. I love to make like little baby circles in this posture and then reverse it. For some reason, that just really gets fluidity and mobility in my hip. So if that feels good to you, do it as well. If not, just hold the stretch. Good job. Come back center, and we're going to take it to the back, hug our leg again. And then we're going to see if we can come into lizard pose. So if you have a block, you can put it beside you. This one for me is a little challenging to get my forearms all the way down to the mat. So if it is for you as well, you can utilize a block, or you can just stay up high. You don't have to come down to the forearms. You can stay on your palms, but if you can, take your forearms down to the mat. The other option is to wrap. You can come around the side, wrap your foot. Let's hold here and breathe. Challenge yourself, see if you can get a little more. Lean forward. The hips are tracking forward and down. This is our lizard pose. Make sure your breath is engaged. Awesome job. Allow the muscles to release. Try not to hold tension. Then we're gonna release out, so come up to the palms, clear your space out. We're gonna activate the toe and knee in the back, and we're gonna step this foot into plank position. So you can walk it over and then back. So let's hold in plank pose here. Remember your modifications. You can always put one knee down or both. Totally up to you. I'm gonna let some heat get created today, really working on my core strength all the way around, front and back. Head is in alignment, booty is down. If you get tired, put one or both knees down. Good. From here, let's lift our hips into downward facing. 3 cycles of breath. If you need to take child's pose for these 3 breaths, take it, and then you can meet us back. Inhale deeply. Exhale, release. Inhale deeply. Exhale it out. One more cycle. Inhale deeply. Exhale long. Beautiful job. Let's float one leg to the sky. And then we're going to begin connection here. Knee to nose. Breathe in. And then exhale back up tall. Couple of breaths here. At least 3 to 5 rounds. Really squeeze it in. Lift it tall. Breathe in. Exhale it out. 2 more cycles. See how much you can get out of this. Really work for it. Last one. Good job. Go ahead, open the hip. Press into those shoulders. Heart towards the mat. And extend tall. Set it down. Rest in active child's pose. Take a breath here. Elbows are off the mat. Big breath in and out. An opportunity to check in. Notice how your body feels. Be aware of the restraints, the restrictions, and see where you can apply something a little different this next round. So we're going to go ahead, lift back into our downward facing dog. So we're going to try everything on the other side. Actually, we're not. We're going to wait. I'm sorry. We're going to finish this side and then go over there. I'm so sorry, y'all. Okay, so from here, I do want you to walk your hands and toes together. We'll hit the other side next, I promise. So hold in your forward fold here. Beautiful job. We're going to settle in to a chair posture. So let your hips come down and arms up. Beautiful. Hold and breathe. Such a strong posture here in chair pose. Everything's working. If you feel like the bones of your ankles rubbing together, then you can spread your feet out just a little bit. Beautiful. So here we're going to come into far-reaching mountain and lift one knee. So go ahead, work with that same leg that was in the single leg, and then just come on into a reverse pigeon posture. So we're going to test our stability here. Just sink in as much as you can. Reach your arms forward and start reaching for the mat. See how close you can get. Straight back though, don't curve it. Hold and breathe. Good job. Come back to heart center and let's see if we can hold our leg out. 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. So you're basically in pyramid legs. So from here, we're going to come into a reverse triangle. So you can open your arms out to a T, and we're gonna connect. So put your palms towards the front. So they're not facing down, they're facing the front of the classroom or your room, wherever you're at. We're gonna connect the back side of our palm to the outside of the leg. If it's too hard to reach across the leg, then I want you to rest with your palm down on your shin. So first focus is there. Let's connect to the outside of the leg with the back of the palm, and then check in if you're able to twist a little more. Beautiful. Hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. Big inhale, big exhale. Beautiful. Frame the foot. Awesome job. So you're basically in pyramid pose here. And then we're just gonna walk it to the side for a wide forward fold. This is where we will end, but we're gonna play around with this posture. So move your hips around. We're just gonna see if we can widen our stance. See if you can put your forearms on the mat. Hold here. And if you want to get super playful in this position, take the top of your head and connect it to the ground. And from here, you can practice kind of flowing back and forth. So just putting the weight on the head, coming up to the tippy toes, and then exhaling, ankles down. Head can release off. Again, placing the head, inhaling up onto the tippy toes, and then exhaling, ankles down. Last time, place the head on the ground, lift the toes up. See what it feels like to have that pressure on the crown of the head. Then we're gonna just walk it forward back into our pyramid and step it into a forward fold and roll it up. Good job. Feels good. All right, we're gonna try everything on the other side. So if you need to take a drink, check in, move your clothes around, any of that fun stuff, go for it. And then we're gonna work on this other side. What did you guys like? I hope you enjoyed some of that. I absolutely loved being in low lunge with the arms twisted because I love the strength of how it feels in the legs to be trusting of the upper body and the lower body, of course, because it's what's holding us up, but to be stretching the shoulder all while strengthening the bottom half. I love that combination of a strength and a stretch together. All right, so let's take those shoulders up, back and down. We're gonna come into our first posture, which is crescent warrior on the other side. So toes face forward. We've got some nice distance created between the feet. We're gonna sink down as low as we can, honoring our edge. We wanna find that edge, not go past it, but we definitely want to meet it. So go ahead, release down just a little further, maybe inch your toes back another inch. Arms are up, and we'll begin to flow here. We're gonna touch knee down to the mat, and we're gonna lean our chest forward, activate triceps to the back. So a flowing low lunge. So inhale, scoop those arms back and up, touch your chest down to your knee, and then exhale it back up tall. Inhale, flow back. Exhale up tall. 3 more times. Inhale, scoop it back. Exhale up tall. 2 more. Scoop it back. And lift it. This last time we're gonna stay down. So scoop it back. Then come to your heart center and release that toe out in the back. Beautiful. From here, let's take it forward, Frame the foot, kind of lean into your low lunge. Let the hips open up. Remember your option, if you like, you can open here to the side as well. We're hitting all the directions first before we come into that twisted lunge. So come back center, let's hug the legs. So lean back, extend your chest over, your heart over your knee. If it feels good, you can flex and point with breath here in this posture, really working into the quad and the calves. Excellent work. So let's come into that twist. We're going to do it nice and slowly. Remember to stop at any point that you need to. Let's come up to the thigh first and come up to the heart. And then we're going to gently start to wrap. So we're going to just take our arm to the outside leg and really just wrap here. So we're using our knee to get a little bit extra twist while our back arm is reaching around the waist. So from here, if it's possible, start to bend and flex with the back. Bend and flex. This is the knee that's really giving me trouble, so I am not going to make connection. But if you can, lift your knee, your foot up, take a hold of it with the back hand, hold it tight, and then you can open your chest and lean back. Hold and breathe. Even if you cannot hold your knee, this is a great stretch. I'm telling you, I feel it everywhere. All the muscles are trying to hold me up. Good. Come back, center. Slowly come unwound and let go of that front leg. And we're going to drop down into lizard pose. So you can utilize your block here so that your forearms can come down, or you can choose to stay up high in your lizard pose in a modified. So when I'm here, I like to just interlock my hands or just keep palm to palm. Whatever feels right to you. Allow those hips to release out. Good. So from here, what we're going to work on next is our plank pose. So exit out of your lizard, come up to the palms, clear your space, inch your foot over, and start to move into a plank position. Creating that heat. Any variation is acceptable here. So one or both legs down. You can move into a side plank if you need to. Breathe. Let's let some heat get generated. Make the core strong and tight. Excellent work. So we're going to lift the hips, downward facing dog here. Maybe some little pops happened. It always feels good to get a little pop here and there. Breathe deeply. A couple more breaths here. And then we'll begin to flow knee to nose. Working on our core. Excellent. Float one leg to the sky. This side is definitely tighter. I can feel it. Lift, lift, lift. Go ahead. Inhale, make connection. Exhale, tall. Inhale, connect. Exhale it up. See how tight you can pull this in. Curl the body. And exhale up. 2 more cycles. Inhale, squeeze it in. Exhale it up. Last one. Inhale, squeeze tight. Exhale, tall. And we're going to open the hip. Feel free to circle the ankle. Look under the arm, whatever feels right. Good. From here, we're going to step it all the way forward. And I want you guys to take your feet together. In, forward, fold. And then we're going to find our chair position. So hips come low, arms are high. Really challenging our body. All of our muscles are working. Excellent work. Hold and breathe. Let's go ahead, lift up, extend the knee up, and come into a single leg chair. Challenge yourself here, reach down, readjust if you need to. That's that reevaluation process we were talking about, where we reflect, we reevaluate, and we release. Arms out forward, sink low, reaching for the ground, tall back. Straight back, shall I say. Oh yes, this is working everywhere. Flexed foot. Lift up. Challenge. 3, 2, pyramid legs. Good job. So we're gonna go for our twisted or reverse triangle pose. So what you wanna do, you can put one arm down and start to reach down, connecting the outside palm to the outside of the leg. So come on down. And once you get there, open and twist. Extend that arm up. You can use a block here too, if it helps. Remember, the modification is to be at your shin. So you can be at your shin with no arm. Either way we do it, it's hard. Even modified is totally working. All my muscles are definitely feeling it. Breathe here. Excellent work. Slowly frame that front foot, clear out any props. So we're in pyramid pose, but I want us to turn into our wide forward fold. This time we'll change it up just a little bit. So stay here, move the hips about if you want to. And then I want you to take your hands onto the inside of the ankles and pull yourself through. Deep stretch here. Excellent work. Take it up to about halfway. And then we're going to take this all the way over into a side lunge. I want to challenge you, so start to bend one leg. Stay here upright before you let go and release. Come as low as you can, and then you can drop down and fully stretch out. So you can stay up tall, but one of my favorite things to do in this posture is test my balance. How awesome does this feel to the calf muscle that's underneath and supporting us? Really try to push your heel down. And then when you've found your good juicy stretch here, start to fold forward. Connect your hands to the earth. Let that be a symbol of connecting with nature, something we need to do very often. Excellent. Flex that outside toe. And then I want you to start to hinge forward and back. Hinge forward and back. Really engaging the core muscles as you lean forward. Last time. Beautiful work. We'll slowly come up, and we're going to just walk this all the way up. Come into that half position again and challenge the other side. So come on over as far as your body lets you, really stretching that inner thigh. And then when you're ready to fully release, turn the toes out, come on down, flex the outside toes. See if you can stay upright, pressing the heel down on the base leg and toes up on the other. When you found your balance, go ahead, take the forearms over and practice your flowing. You don't have to be on your forearms, you can be on your palms too. Either one is totally fine. But if you find that one gives you that deeper stretch that you're after, then I would challenge you to stay in that one. Wherever you feel the most work, stay there. Good job. So we're gonna take this into just a little yogi squat. I'm gonna turn to the side so y'all can see what I'm doing, but just walk your feet in a little bit and sink down. Hold and breathe here. Excellent work today, guys. Feels really good in this posture. Kind of don't want to let go, but I have to. So just go ahead and plop yourself down in a seated position. Good job. We're going to continue to work on the core just a little bit. Adjust your clothes as needed. I have no idea what time it is. Let me just check my phone. Sometimes I get going and I don't ever want to stop. Actually, it doesn't tell me what time it is. That's okay. Let's see what the pool remote says. It's 13 minutes off on the pool remote. I noticed that when we got started today. So we're going to come into boat pose. So go ahead and just come up to the toes. And we'll begin to just move our body back into that cushiony part of our bottom. Some of us have more than others. Let's practice being grateful for everything we have in this moment and extend those arms out forward. We can take the mudra of stability as we move into boat pose, which is thumb to middle finger, thumb to the tip of the middle finger. Go ahead, extend the other 3 fingers out straight. Lift your shoulders up, back, and down. We want to create that strong foundation. And then when you're ready, take the toes off of the mat. Lean back just before you're gonna like collapse down. Beautiful. Hold and breathe here. So we're gonna try to extend the legs out and then bring them in. Extend the legs out. Bring them in. 3 more. Extend. Bring in. Everything's shaking. We got 1 more. You've got it. And release the toes down. Let's take a twist. Cross one leg over. Twist that out. Look all the way back and around as far as you can. Oh, yes. Feels really great to the back. And we're gonna do that again. So set up nice and slowly, no rushing. And we're gonna create that strong foundation once again. So come up to the toes, extend your arms, big breath in and out. Take your mudra of stability. This is from the element of fire, thumb to middle finger. Big breath in and out. Take the toes off of the mat. And we're gonna move through this 5 times at your own pace with breath. Inhale out. Exhale up. Inhale out. Exhale up. 3 more. 2 more. I know it's burning. Last one, best one. And release into your twist. Good job. All the way over as far as you can gaze. Just wringing our body out, purifying, giving those internal organs a nice big hug. Excellent work. Staff pose here. Toes are nice and active. We're gonna take a big breath, as big as you can make it, and lift the arms up. As you exhale out, fold forward. Take a hold of something, your calves, your ankles, your tights, your toes, the bottoms of your feet, anything you can, and then gently encourage your body closer to your legs. So So your goal here is trying to get the crown of your head towards your toes. So nice long spine. If you can, if you've got connection with the feet, bend the elbows, really pulling your body forward. Now we're going to do something a little different. It's one of my favorite things to do in this posture, is to round my back like a C and pull away from my feet. So stay connected, pull away. Now as you're pulling away, point your toes and release. Point your toes. So you're going to feel this creep up into the shoulder blades, low back, release. One more time, round it out. Good. Now lean to the side with the toes pointed. Now let the toes go. Point them again. See if you can twist a little more. Come back, center, release the toes out. Now press them forward again. You're still in that C, really working against the legs, pulling away. Twist the other direction. Twist a little more. Release and point. Good job. Come back, center. Some people feel that you can release that out. Some people feel that a little more strongly than others. I definitely feel it on one side more than another. So just listen to your body. I would say always do everything equally, right and left. But sometimes we need to give one side a little extra love. So if you feel super tight and you really enjoyed something that you just did, you can always go back to it and repeat it again. All right, so we've got that nice tall back. We are just gonna sweep our legs back and around behind us, coming onto our belly. We're gonna work on some core strength in our back. So these are called Supermans. So rest with your feet together. Your head is on the mat, relaxed. So we're gonna activate here in a second. I'm just gonna tell you what we're gonna do first. You just stay there and breathe. We're gonna lift our hands and feet off of the mat. Then we're gonna retract our shoulders back, and then we'll extend forward and release down. We're gonna do a couple of those. Do as many as you can and then take a break, okay? So forehead is on the mat. Take a breath in and out. And when you're ready, go ahead and lift, inhale. Exhale, shoulders back. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale, down. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, arms back. Inhale, forward. Exhale it down. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale forward. And let it go. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Let it down. Relax. Any posture you'd like. Just lay there. Enjoy the relaxation after you just worked super hard. Beautiful. Let's go ahead, turn our head out for just a few breaths. If you have your head turned one direction. Excellent. It's been a while since we've done side bow, and I absolutely love it for full body. So what you're going to do is work yourself over to one side. If you do not like side bow, you can work on just your regular bow here on your belly by connecting your hands to your feet and squeezing everything and lifting. The rest of us are going to make connection. So the side of the mat that's empty, that's the side we're going to roll onto. So you're holding same hand, same foot, This extra hand is for balance. It's gonna push you over onto that side, and you can start to bend your other leg. If you can, grab it. If you can't, then I want you just working for it, just reaching. One of these days you're gonna be able to grab that foot, hold on to it, and then you're gonna be able to relax into this posture. It's great for stretching the fronts of the shoulders, the chest, the fronts of the legs. We're really working to get our heels closer to our bottom. So pull them in tight. Breathe here. Slowly let that go. Coming back onto your belly. And we'll slowly make our way onto the other side. Making connection hand to foot. And slowly pressing with the other hand for balance over to the side. So you can just begin to lift that leg up. And when you can reach down and grab it, grab for it, relax your head, pull your feet close to your bottom. So you're encouraging your heart to open. So the shoulders are gonna like open, you've gotta work for it. Don't collapse in. Really see if you can get an awesome bigger stretch out of this. Slowly let go of that top leg, and we're just gonna make our way onto our back. Any way that you'd like to get there is totally fine. Since we're working on those hips, let's go ahead and just take one leg across and open. Try to get your foot right in the center of the thigh and press this leg away. Good. From here, let's thread our arms through. See if we can get a little bit more out of this stretch. Right in the crease of that knee, just below it, is where you've got your grip. If it's too hard to reach all the way back there, you can always just hold on to your tights or grab what you can. Flex both feet, press the knee down on the outside. This knee is what you're pressing down. Good. Go ahead, extend that knee up, or leg up. And let's put it down and rock it side to side. Just windshield wiper the knees back and forth. And we're gonna do it on the other side. So go ahead, knees up, feet walk close to the bottom. Let's take a leg across, right in the middle of that thigh. Reach down when you're ready. Pull your legs a little closer. So activate the hip by pushing the knee down. That outside knee, you gotta push it down, all while pulling your other knee close to you. So you got one going the opposite direction from the other. Sorry, there is a fly that literally is loving me. Good job, y'all. Slowly let that go and just windshield wiper back and forth. So Shavasana may be a challenge when we've got like a little bug swarming around us. It's hard to stay still. I'm gonna do my best. And speaking of that, let's move into our last posture before we find complete rest. Any posture you'd like. Today my body is definitely calling me to do happy baby. So do whatever one is feeling right for you. We're going back to that beginning lesson that we spoke of right at the beginning of class. Just really reflecting, reevaluating, and releasing. Another RE word that I like to call a combination of all of those things is recalibration. really just being in tune with our body's needs, reevaluating the process of what we need to do to give it what it needs, and then releasing anything that is not serving that purpose. Good job. Any other postures, go for it. And then I want you to fully release on your mat. If you have any essential oils, I want you to grab them. I'm going to grab mine really quickly. Go ahead and place them anywhere you'd like to. And then if you did place them on the wrists, feel free to just cup your hands over your nostrils. Breathe in this glorious moment. Enjoy how your body feels. And let's just seal today's practice with a couple of minutes of complete silence and rest. Just a little recharge. Allow your muscles to completely let go. Find your perfect alignment here. You guys know where to take this. Listen to your body. The goal is rest and release. Like to just open your eyes nice and gently while your body is relaxing. And then you can close them and then reopen them. Just a couple of little eye flutters, slowly allowing your body to wake back up, come into this physical presence. Then you can gently start to move the toes and fingers, maybe the wrists and ankles. We're going to flip over onto one side into fetal position. An opportunity here to just send up a prayer, fill up your heart with joy and gratitude. Really taking this opportunity to reflect on your practice. Take notice of how you feel in this moment versus an hour ago when we started. Slowly start to press our body up into an upright position. Feel free to find any posture that you would like to end our practice together today. Good job. So we're just going to take this opportunity. I wanted to read just a closure for today's practice as I was preparing it. So when we balance freedom with restraint, we also benefit from the prep work. The journey itself becomes the reward. It's all about practice and not perfection. If you ever find yourself in an unjoyful season, it may be time to stop, pause and reflect and reevaluate. What are you investing in? And is your energy worth that time? Trust your instincts, they are often correct. Release what isn't serving you and rededicate yourself to pure joy. Be in tune with your true needs. Find the right balance. Recalibrate often. Check in and make the changes that are necessary. So with that being said, let's just take it into our heart. If that is something that you truly believe, I want you to sink that all in. Take a moment, breathe it all in, and then take your hand up to the third eye, the eye of wisdom. And let's just all deeply bow and say namaste. Beautiful job, guys. Awesome, awesome work. I hope y'all enjoyed today's practice. It was definitely one that was needed here personally. I enjoyed having no music, just a time to really go within. Sometimes we need that, don't we? All right, I can't wait to talk to you guys on Saturday. Some little changes, and I want to get y'all's feedback, see how you are feeling. We're gonna just take today's lesson and we're gonna apply it to our time together on Saturday. So we'll do a makeup class, but we'll first talk maybe a little bit, and then we'll do our practice, and then we might talk a little bit at the end too. It shouldn't take more than an hour and 15 minutes. We'll have a little bit of time to chat and a little bit of time to also practice and make up what we didn't do on Monday. Thank you so much, Jennifer. It was awesome. I feel amazing. It's such a nice little noontime check-in. It just makes the rest of my day so much better. So loved seeing you guys that were on here live, and let me know when you take the practice what you really enjoyed about it. I love hearing from you guys, and I will see you back here tomorrow, same time for PIO, and then Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. All right, guys. Mwah! See you later.